Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of y'all's busy schedule. Stop in and see what it is I'm up to. There's been some questions here lately. I didn't write them down, so I'll try to remember them, which God knows that's not going to work all that well. Um, the other night, I forget you, I forget who it was, asked about how I got started on YouTube and for me to post my first video. Well, the first video is there in my videos, but I'll remember to post a link in the description box. Um, it's basically just a driving video. I pulled out on the road and did a video. So, and that was the first one I posted. Why did I start? My sister, basically. My little sister who passed away on May 28th, 3 years ago. Um, she was the inspiration for me to start. She's always told me, now she was an accredited chef. She learned to bake in France. She went to numerous culinary academies. Um, she was another fantastic artist. But she always told me that I needed to make videos of my food, of what I cooked. And I blew it off. And she said I should do videos of my art. And I blew it off. That's one reason why. Another reason is I would watch other YouTubers and they would be like, well, we didn't have anything to video, and it's been a while since we posted or whatever, or they just show up at a place. And I'm like, I've never seen where you live. What you think is everyday and mundane, I've never seen. I may find it interesting, and that's what happens. Granddad is an old man, lives over in England. I've never seen England. I've never been down the little roads, and you see them in movies. It's a whole lot different seeing it in a movie than it is knowing that somebody that you know is traveling those roads. Fandabi Dozy is a guy from Scotland who posts videos. He just did a collaboration with another fellow, and the video is on the other guy's channel, and I'll try to add a link to that. But they did a 3-day Highlander survival thing in the wilds of Scotland. The scenery is, oh my God, gorgeous. Sue Nelson out in Washington, or Gray out in Washington. There's a lady I watched who posts from Norway. But my point is, I was thinking, you know what? You live in Florida. People don't know what Florida looks like. Out that window. I am behind a grocery store. I don't know, 50 feet, less than 100 feet from the main highway. I've got that view. So that was another impetus for me doing my videos. That, and it's a way to create. I've said before that I think YouTube actually saved my life. I've been disabled for a long time. I put a lot of effort into our family haunted house. A lot of my creativity year round went into designing props and stuff for the haunted house. And it might only be something small that, people might only get a glimpse of. It's only background, filler material. But it was something to create. It was an outlet. YouTube gives me that outlet. Instagram's been giving me that outlet too, with the pictures that I get to take and share. So all that stuff kind of combined, that's why I started my YouTube channel. So somebody asked about my favorite hot sauce. Oh, excuse me. It's hot as a dickens here today. This shade feels nice. Hot sauce, my favorite. I don't really do favorites. I don't do favorites of anything. Ball teams, race car teams. I don't like Hendrick's race, the car owner. So I dislike Hendrick's and all of his cars. But that gives me 30 some odd other cars to choose to win. I would rather have one that I am against than to choose a favorite. The same way it goes with books. I have favorite books, but not one. I have more like favorite authors. And of course now I'm not going to be able to think of any. Arthur C. Clarke and the name's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, or even Stephen King, and I've got like collections of favorite authors, favorite books, not one favorite. So hot sauces are kind of the same. I don't have one favorite. I have a go-to, and my go-to is my El Yucatero. This one is the black label, special black label reserve. But any of the El Yucateco hot sauces, I think most of them, if not all of them. And they're the ones that I'll grab. Come on, pliers, get out of my way. I grab those 5 out of 10 times. But then I get ones like this, that BK sent me. The ghost sauce. This is tasty. Earl's Ghost that Chris sent me. Those are really tasty. Some of the ones that Sue and Miss Gray sent me are really tasty. Some of them are really hot, Both of the Mad Dogs are really hot. Especially that last one, that 1 million Scoville. Would it be my favorite? No. It's probably the hottest, but I don't have a real favorite. When it comes to hot sauces, I don't even have one that I hate. I'm not a fan of the red water sauces, Frank's, Louisiana, Tabasco, Texas Pete, all those. They're just cayenne pepper with vinegar. I used them. In fact, I used some at a picnic earlier today to spice up some potato salad. But just enough, I didn't need it hot. I just needed something. But yeah. So favorite hot sauce. My main go-to would be El Yucateco. I don't have a favorite. I have such a wide variety of types, and every time I see a new one, I grab it. I was on a chase the bumper outing one day, and I stopped at a gas station to use the facilities, and they had a bottle of hot sauce with a gator paw on it. Kind of touristy, gimmicky, but it sounded tasty. So I got one. And yeah, the gator paw is cool. The sauce is tasty. I like it. It's not super hot, but it's got a good taste to it. So, favorite hot sauce? Not really a favorite. but there's so sorry, I'm not a whole lot of help there. Because again, I don't really do favorites. Let's see. My health condition, whatever. I know I've discussed this before. I'm not sure. Let's see, back in '86, I was in the grandstands watching a dirt track stock car race. Car came through the fence. Parts exploded into the infield or into the stands. I was able to push my kids down. My youngest was still a baby, still in a car seat. She was only a couple of months old. July 4th weekend. Anyway, it shattered my face. The old miss got hit with something that put a big old dent in the top of her head. But it broke my jaw. It broke my palate where your upper teeth are mounted. It broke it loose and broke it in 4 spots. So I've got plates running around here. I've got a plate here, and another one here. I've got plates around my eye sockets. I got another plate here, and one back here. Just not at the top of the skull, or not at the base of the skull, but just to the side. I was in the hospital for I don't even remember, an ungodly amount of time. 2 surgeries. I died on the table during the one surgery twice. They had to restart my heart, and that is significant. 30 some odd years later, didn't seem significant then. I've also got, you see that scar? There's a metal bone in there. I was standing on a curb in Philadelphia and got hit by a car, just a mirror, and it laid my hand wide open. It destroyed the nerve that controls these 2 fingers. So I don't have any real feeling in these fingers. It smashed that bone in there. One thing that was crazy, like, it happened right around the corner from the Hand Institute in Philadelphia, and the main doctor in charge there didn't have hands. He had 2 claws, two hooks. So I was laying in an emergency room, and they like peeled this wide open, and he was showing the students and whatnot. And when he laid it, before this was healed, your skin's very elastic. So this part was all the way over here. You can see all the muscles and tendons and the bone. You can see the shattered bone in there. And yeah, that was an interesting one. I've got a couple of plates in here, one down here, and then see there's another one there. There's a spot right there that a pin went through, and there's another spot there and there that pins went through to immobilize my wrist when I shattered my wrist. I'd fallen off of a roof. So I've got a couple of plates holding the end of my wrist back together again. There's a scar there. There's a spot inside here that also has a metal plate and a couple of screws. This hand, the pin went in through there. There was only the one pin on this one, but there's a small plate in there, and there's a plate inside there. Tiny little plate. Got a couple other in my ankle. Had a couple of spinal injuries. I've had two different spots fused in my, one at the base of my neck and one down here a little bit lower. I've got significant nerve damage in both arms. You know, you live large, sometimes you pay hard. It is what it is. So, now back to why was the dying on the table significant? Was it 5 years ago? I can't remember now. 6 years ago? It's been when they closed down the haunted house, or a year before they closed down the haunted house. I had what I thought was a really bad cold during Halloween. And I hacked and I coughed and I carried on, but we persevered and put on the haunted house. The last night of it, after everything was closed up, I told the old miss, I got to go to the emergency room. So that's what we did. And I got there and they put me on oxygen and I was able to breathe again. And they started doing x-rays. And they came back and they said, well, you got pneumonia. Okay. And they started feeding me full of antibiotics. And then they came back in and they said, you got CHF, congestive heart failure. And I'm like, what? They said, you have one of the chambers of your heart's enlarged and you have CHF. Well, when they restarted my heart during that surgery, it must have damaged one of the chambers. You know, you have 4 chambers in your heart. Normally your heart is about the size of your fist. Mine is like that. It has one chamber that's as large as the rest of the heart plus. So it's actually gone down. At one point it was 130% the size of my heart. Just the one chamber. So it's gone down now. It's just at the 100%. So it's basically the same size. The one chamber is the same size as the rest of the heart. Which is why they gave me a pacemaker. Which is why I'm regulated at 60 beats a minute. And I can only get up to about 105 beats a minute. So I can't even really walk fast without getting out of breath. All of that kind of led to being overweight. Of course, my eating habits don't help either. But it was a progression, depression and health issues and stopping smoking. I stopped smoking the day that they told me I had CHF and COPD. I was in the hospital. They slapped a patch on me. I was in the hospital for 18 days. So after, I don't know, the third time they replaced the patch, I told them to cut it in half. And they gave me a reduced amount. Excuse me. A few days later, I had them cut that in half. And then I was without the patch. So I walked out of the hospital, I was smoke-free. I've been smoke-free ever since. Except for the ride to New Jersey for my sister's memorial. I had 3 cigarettes. But I didn't give in totally to the weakness. So yeah, those are basically my health issues. That's why right now I'm sitting in the shade. I'm going to go home and get back in my air conditioning because I don't know if you can hear it. I can feel it. A little tightness in my chest. It's just humid enough. It's really not all that bad. There's going to be times coming up here in the summer where the air is going to be so thick that I won't be able to breathe without the air conditioner. So I am enjoying it out here right now. And I'll go out again later this evening and enjoy it. So, trying to think if there was another pertinent question to answer. And if I missed a question that you've asked recently, I mean, that's only 3 basically. But, or if you have a question you want answered, I'll try to answer it in the comments when you ask it. And then I'll try to remember, if I have a couple of them to answer to do another video like this. So, if y'all like this type of video. But anyway, that's what I am, who I am, why I do what I do. Oh, that was one of the other questions. What foods don't I like? There's a few foods that I do not like and will not eat. Avocado. I don't like the texture. I'm not crazy about the taste. Chickpeas or garbanzo beans and the hummus that you make out of them. I don't know how people can like that. It's got a very, I don't know, I don't like the taste. Cilantro tastes like soap. So I don't eat cilantro. And mushrooms. Now, mushrooms I'm kind of this way about here lately. Because the only thing I've ever really had are like the button mushrooms that everybody eats. And I don't like them. I don't like the texture, I don't like the taste. But I'm told that the bigger portobello type mushrooms don't taste like the little babies. And some of the other mushrooms don't taste like the button mushrooms. And that I should give them a try. So I'm on the fence with that. If I find them at the right point in time, I may try them. I may enjoy them. So, a couple other things I don't eat. While I like most seafoods, I never acquired the taste for bivalves, mussels, clams, or oysters. Raw, anyway. I like them fried. I don't like them steamed or, out of the shell. Fried, I'll eat them. I don't like them raw or steamed. So, but that's about it. And I know that, who was it? Mike? I think it was Mike. Said, oh, just spicy foods then. And no, not even just spicy foods. It's like, that range of foods is the ones that I really don't like. I'll eat almost anything else. And it doesn't have to be super spicy or drenched in pepper sauce, which my brother Bob, who you've met a few times, he says that all the time. It's like, oh, you can't eat anything without pepper sauce on it. That's really not true. Although, I like my pepper sauce. So some things I find it enhances it. And some things that I'm on the border about, hot sauce will make it edible. Oh, another thing that I'm not crazy about eating, but I will. Egg whites. Like for deviled eggs, they get that hard white. Yeah, not my thing. I don't like it. I don't like eating the white of a fried egg. I like my fried eggs runny, and I'll eat the yolk. I don't like the white, even when it's drenched in yolk. I've tried it. Now, if you can get it real super, super thin and crispy fried, and then smothered in yolk, yeah. But by the time you get that white so crispy that I like it, the yolk is overcooked. So, But yeah, I'll eat. I'm pretty much game for anything you're gonna sit down in front of me, especially if it's free. So, yeah, I guess that's about it. Um, Let me know what you think, folks. Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. Get that air conditioner going. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fantabulous. I noticed the other day I'm up like 1,132 subscribers. Unreal. I'd like to get about 10% of y'all responding to different videos. I'm lucky to get 70 at some points until it's been run. Well, I guess not, because after it's run for a while, they get up there. But yeah, it blows my mind. But, if you'd like to share me around your social media, I'll have links in the description box. Like I said, I'll also put links to. I know I've got similar videos. I'll put links to my first video. You'll find my snail mail. If you want to send me something cool. You'll find my email, which I never check. Very seldom check. Yeah. So, if your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. Until I see y'all again, I hope you have a fantabulous day. Slunchy, y'all. Bye-bye.